This question says we've got to calculate the matrix product QR. Product means to multiply, so we have to multiply Q times R. Let's verify if multiplication is possible. Let's refer to the concept we used prior and also what product we're going to get. So we are multiplying Q to R. Q is a 2 by 2. R is another 2 by 2. So since the number of columns, those two inner numbers, must be equal to each other. The number of columns in Q is equal to the number of rows in R. Multiplication is possible. And the product now, no, Q is a 2 by 2. And the product will also be a 2 by 2. For the number of rows in Q, the number of columns in R. So we expect to get a 2 by 2. Okay. To make more space, we can put this on the same line there. And put this on the same line there. We also get a 2 by 2. And multiplication is possible. Okay. So we are going to make use of the concept of how to multiply matrices. So multiplication of matrices. Let's look this up. How do we multiply matrices? This one is a little bit too theoretical. Let's have this one is more fun. Multiply a matrix by another. You multiply, the dot product is you multiply matching numbers. But in a nutshell, it's rows by columns. Rows by columns. This one is a little bit theoretical. And multiplication of matrices must have addition in it. Okay, so I'm just looking for easier. Okay, let's go into images. It's rows by columns. The number of the elements in the rows times the elements in the columns, and you have to add. Okay, so I'm just looking for an example. Okay, here. Okay, so you have to multiply the rows of the first by the columns of the second. So A1 times A2 plus B1 times C2. Rows by columns. After you finish with that row and that column, you go to that same row and the next column to get the second element. So to get one element, you must multiply an entire row of the first to an entire column of the second, and you have to add so that you can get one number. You want this number below there, you go to the second row and the first column. Okay, so let's apply this. So here, we know the answer is going to be a 2 by 2. Okay, so here we are going to demonstrate Q times R. So row times column. So it's the 2 times that 1 there plus that -1 times that -5 to give us the first element. To get this next element here, which is still in the first row, we have to use the first row. It's in the second column, we have to use the second column of the second matrix. So we're going to go back and use the same 2, but now we're going to multiply it to 6 plus the same -1, but now we're going to multiply it to 4. Rows times column. Now we come below here in the second row, so we have to use the second row of the first matrix, the 4 and the 3. So it's 4 times the 1 plus the 3 times the -5. Oh, by the way, a dot is another symbol for multiplier. A dot in the middle of the numbers, not below. Below is like a decimal. If you put it in the ear between the numbers, that's another symbol for multiplication apart from the X. Right. So now we're in the second row, second column, but we're still in the second row. Second row, second column, second row, second column. So we go back to the 4, and now we multiply it now to the 6 plus the 3 multiply to the 4. And then we evaluate. Now we're going to get a 2 by 2. 2 times 1 is 2. -1 times -1. -1 times -5 is 5. So 2 plus 5 is 7. 2 times 6 is 12. -1 times 4 is a -4. So 12 take away 4. That will give us 8. 4 ones are 4. 3 times -5 is -15. So you have a 4 and a -15. That will give us -11. 4 6 is a 24. 3 4s are 12. So 24 plus 12, 36. And that's the answer.